A very good morning and welcome to Kowloon Cricket Club for the KCC Morning League. Aaron Bush with you. It's grade 2 today. It is the Nepal Rhinos up against the Standard Chartered Bank Cricket Club. The Nepal Rhinos, as you can see on screen, have won the toss and elected to have a bowl, I should say. So Standard Chartered will be heading out to have a bat very shortly. And of course, very exciting today, the Morning League broadcast. He's going to be using 6 different cameras. Myra's in here in broadcast with me. Myra, while they get warmed up out in the middle, just go for a scroll through all our cameras today. So we've got behind the bowler and the keeper. There's the bowler's arm camera. And then we've got cow corner and the boundary cafe. Oh, I don't know what to call that one. That's backward of square on the 45, which we've always had a black spot on. And there it is down to the sight screen for the big offside hits for the right-handers. It'll be a little glitchy as it's a brand new setup, but we'll get there. And it looks like it's going to be pretty exciting to have so many cameras on. The first run's off the bat, an appeal for a run out. We've got some lag on the cameras at the moment, so we'll work on that. But there's the live footage, replayed footage really. As we continue to test out the new system, that's the end of the second over. 13 runs coming from it. The Standard Chartered Bank starting off nicely. 19 for the loss of no wicket after 2. Three boundaries coming from the third. Standard Chartered Bank going at 12s. They're 36 for the loss of no wicket after 3. 17 runs coming from the third. Apologies for all the technical difficulties we had this morning. We're back using the old system. The 6 cameras weren't firing for us, so we'll just do the old style broadcast. Up into the ninth over. Standard Chartered losing a few wickets after a very healthy start. 78 for 4. These two out in the middle, as the Sultan and Mohan Ramasamy putting together a little partnership now of 12. Suman Shah's been the destructor. 3 wickets already. Just finishing off his third over with a single. So after 9, Standard Chartered Bank 80 for 4. And change in bowling for over number 10 for the Nepal Rhinos. And century into the attack for the first time today. That one goes a fair way down the leg side. Put in an extra in the books. This time wide outside the line of off. Said handy little partnership forming between as a Sultan and Ramasamy. Onto the thigh pad, perhaps. A chance of a run out from the keeper to get through for the leg by. Hit nicely out into the deep through cover. Forward point cuts that one off, saves 2. Yeah, 2 more balls to get up to the halfway mark of the first innings. Pretty even so far in the first half with Standard Chartered losing a few wickets, but putting on plenty of runs. They can stay out there in the middle, these two. 180 plus is a good chance for Standard Chartered. A dot to finish off. We're at the halfway mark. Standard Chartered Bank, 91 for 4. Another new bowler into the attack for the Nepal Rhinos in over number 11, Tian Gurung, to bowl for the first time this morning. And as we do each morning, I'm going to head off to the KCC match centre and pull up all the stats about this Grade 2 match. Calls a catch it, but going backward of square. Oh, beautiful soccer skills backward of square by the deep square fielder. Did that old back heel flick from behind the front foot. It's got some term in soccer, which I don't watch, so I don't know. Very nice boundary after the 2. Got cut off and saved 2 off the first delivery, but the second one. Racing away out to the deep point boundary for 4. Another boundary to deep third. 10 runs off the first 3 deliveries of Gurung's first. Standard Chartered bringing up the century with that boundary as well. 101 for 4. Oh, that could have gone. No, 4 runs again. Behind the keeper. Into the side screen for 4. Partnership up to 39 now. We were just talking earlier as the partnership was getting underway. 12 runs not very long ago, to be honest. It's 11 off the previous over, 14 off this one so far. Uzzah's having a field day off the bowling of Tian Gurung. And then, just to mix things up, soft hands, tip and run for a single. Bring Ramasamy, the vice captain of Standard Chartered, back on strike. He's just been getting his eye in, 9 off 15. Bit of a charge, a miss hit. No interest in the bye though, so we'll finish off a big over. 15 runs coming from the 11th. Standard Chartered Bank, 106 for 4. Oh, that's really nicely played. Backward of square. Finer than the 45 and no fine leg in place. As the Sultans rushed past the quarter century mark, 26 off 17, the partnership up to 46 off just 27 deliveries. Oh, tip and run, and it's a disaster. A 48-run partnership comes to an end on a suicide run. I think it's Azza Sultan who's been run out as well. The big scoring Azza Sultan departs for 27. The fifth wicket falls for Standard Chartered Bank on 114. Well, just what the Nepal Rhinos needed. Archin Shah's come out to the crease at number 7 to join Ramasamy. Ramasamy will be on strike with that run out at the end of the last over. The batters crossed, so looks like Sujit to bowl over number 13. Deep into the crease for Ramasamy as he pulls it out towards cow corner. Just picked up on the circle, easy peasy. Very overcast day here. There's 80% chance of rain today. Hopefully not before 10 a.m. so we can get a full game in here. But it's very sticky. That's what it is. Incredibly humid. It was 24.5 degrees when I woke up at 5 a.m., which is a bit ridiculous for March. Still, I'll take that over the fact it's going to be 16 degrees on Sunday morning. I don't believe that's a problem for Myra and I in broadcast because neither of us are getting out of bed at that time. We get the weekend off. We'll be back next Wednesday for Morning League when the weather gets better. Still trying to hit hard, but picking out extra cover this time. So after 3 big overs, that run out has slowed everything down. Just 2 off this over so far. A good Yorker length. It's going to get a run through mid-on. Long on having to come all the way into the circle. Susan Shrestha back into the attack. 2 overs, none for 23 so far. Mohan was taking off for another run, and Achan Shah has no interest in being run out there, so sent back. Well, that's a big full toss, and it's over waist height, so that's going to get costly. They take the one as deep square, make sure that it's only a single, but a free hit coming up now for Achan Shah. Are they going to run on the arm here? Oh, perhaps the wrong end to aim at. Yes, there was only one stump. Probably clever in the end, as it would have been overthrows. Nobody inside the circle. So rather than having a shot at the non-striker's end with only one stump to aim at, went to the striker's end. Either way, they get through for a single, and then Suzanne drags one down the leg side. 3 off the previous over, just 4 so far off this one, with still 3 balls left. A chance of, oh, that's no ball as well, surely. Well, Susan Shrestha has been yeeted out of the bowling lineup with too many over the waist high deliveries. So it's going to cause us a bit of a scoring issue. Susan Shrestha departs. And I think it's Tian Gurung will bowl the final 2 deliveries. was actually Milan Adhikari that bowled those final three deliveries. Sujit starting into his final over. Started with a wide, but then gets it back with a dot. Still plenty of overs left to Standard Chartered Bank. And still half the batting to come. Into the middle order now with Achin Shah out in the middle. And again, just starting to form a new partnership. 13 now off 16 deliveries. Interesting that Ramasamy hasn't found the boundary yet, even though he's been hitting big. Hitting hard, at least. Float to delivery this time. Got the edge, and yes, Achin Shah walks. Sujit Limbu strikes, gets his first wicket in his final over. 1 for 22 off 3.4. Achin Shah, the 6th wicket to fall for Standard Chartered Bank on 127. Anshuman Kaka out to the crease at number 8 for Standard Chartered Bank. Game's still hanging in the balance. 170, 180 a chance, but could be bowled out sub 150 here, depending on what the Nepal Rhinos can muster in the final 5.2 overs. Sujit's got 2 balls left of his spell. A bit of a shuffle from the left-handed Anshuman Kaka. I only know 2 Anshumans in Hong Kong cricket, and they're both left-handed. Oh, and he hits a bit like Anshuman Rath as well. I think it's 1 bounce over the rope for 4. Oh, it's 6. It's gone all the way. The big long boundary down to the bowling club. Kaka says, thank you very much. And so a maximum. Otherwise, it was going to be a very tidy over. It was 1 for 1 off the first 5 deliveries. It's now 1 for 7 off the 15th. Standard Chartered Bank with 5 overs remaining, a 133 for 6. Milan is going to keep bowling. Just dribbles to the 3rd inside the circle. Anshuman on strike again. 6 off 2. Oh, he hits it hard back to the bowler. A little misfield, but no chance of a run. And pushing for 2, and they'll get 2. Oh, that's up and over the top of that mid-wicket. Big 6. Another one, his second for Anshuman Kaka. Destructive as he puts it over the top of the training nets. That'll take some recovering with all the rolled up matting out the back there as well, if it's got stuck into that. Fourteen off 5 now for Anch. Chop down on the off stump and a slip as well and a run out. He got confused of where that ball went. Very good glove work from Singh. Means another run out generated off him. He's got 2 run outs, 3 run outs perhaps now as Rudvik goes out to the middle at number 9 for Standard Chartered Bank. As I said, there's a chance that they could get 170. There's a chance they could be bowled out for under 150. And another sort of mix-up out in the middle has led to another big hitter for Standard Chartered Bank heading back to the dugout. The vice-captain still out there, Ramasamy. Gets another partner. The opening bowler, the quick for Standard Chartered Bank. Sumit Shah to come back into the attack. Rolling effort in the field. Got a hand on it. They'll take a single. And it will bring Venkatasai Rudvik Reddy Nalor on strike. Cut in the air. It didn't carry. I don't think so. It's just dropped at the toes of point. Very close to holing out off his first delivery, but survives and gets through for a single. Practices the shot about keeping it along the ground, perhaps. Lots of thought there from umpire Imran Arif, and in the end, it's Ramasamy that holds out down the leg side, and a catch caught behind. Sumit Shah's got a 4 for now. He's got a chance with 3 balls left of his 4-over spell to pick up a Michelle, as we believe Vampsy comes out to the crease at number 10. 2 more wickets, and Nepal will go into the innings break pretty happy. Times, as I said, 180, 200 was also a chance. They brought up the 100 in 11 overs, so on target for 200, but some silly mistakes out in the middle and some good bowling. He's got the Nepal Rhinos back into this game. Sarat Vamsi, another one of the opening bowlers for Standard Chartered Bank. Joins Rutvik out in the middle. Suman Shah, 3 balls left, 4 for so far. Back into his crease. And they'll get through for a quick single. Been a while since we've seen a Michelle. Actually, I don't think grade 2's ever had a Michelle. We've had them in grade 1 for the KCC Morning League, but having a look at the KCC Match Centre in the stats, so get through for another quick single, which is always risky. This thing is very good and very quick with those pads on. And we've had 6 forfers in KCC Morning League Grade 2 this season. 2 of the 4 playing today for the Nepal Rhinos, not Suman Shah. So he will become the 7th player this season to pick up a forfeit. And still with 1 ball left, chance to bring up a Michelle Pfeiffer as he puts that one too wide outside off. And it's not going to be a Michelle, but it is going to be our 7th forfeit in the KCC Morning League Grade 2. Well done to Suman Shah as he bowls out. 4 for 21 of his 4 overs. A fine spell. The other 2 to get forfeits for Nepal Rhinos. Susan Shrestha with a 4 for 20, who's been tossed out of the bowling lineup today for too many over the waist, no balls. And Bikash Shrestha, who we haven't seen back into the attack yet. Milan Adhikari is going to bowl well, he's not bowling a 3rd, and that's the 150 up for Standard Chartered with that wide. So they did get to the 150 mark. I don't even know how to describe it because he had to bowl the final 2 deliveries of Susan Shrestha's over. So he's now, that was 1.3, as you can see on screen. So he's into his 3rd over that he's bowled, but he's yet to bowl 2 overs. Looking at the table for these 2 sides in the KCC Morning League, the Nepal Rhinos, aka Hong Kong Nepalese Cricket Association, sitting in 5th, played 4, won 2, lost 2, 4 points. A win today will move them, well, depends on the net run rate. They could move to 3rd, they could move to 4th, they could move to 2nd. Depending on what size of a win. But if Standard Chartered, who are sitting in 6th just behind them, they've played 5. This is their 6th game, so they'll only have 1 more game left after this one. 5 games, 1 win, 2 losses and 2 no results. Very unfortunate for Standard Chartered, the only team to have 2 washouts so far this year. They've got 4 points as well. So a win for them will scuttle them up the table. As we get towards the final couple of months of the KCC Morning League, Grade 1 and Grade 2, every game's going to be very important. There's promotion on the line in Grade 2, relegation on the line in Grade 1, plus, of course, finals to play out. I think the top 4 of each league will play in the semis, and then we'll have a final. Top 2 of the Grade 2 go through up to Grade 1 for the 2025-26 season, and the bottom 2 of Grade 1 drop down into Grade 2. That was a tidy over there from Milan. 2 runs, 2 extras, 4 runs coming from the 18th. 2 overs remain. Who gets the penultimate? It looks like it could be Bikash back into the attack. Hey, girl. 2 overs, 1 for 23 so far for Bikash Shrestha. I have lots of top of bat there. It's just skied up. That was brilliant, brilliant work. I'm going to get an overthrow on it, but almost generated a run out as Ludwig was just coasting. Didn't think that would be any issues, but seeing I said before, we've seen all day today, so quick, picked up one throw with the glove on, I think. Anyway, they get back safely for 2. Every run from here on out for Standard Chartered is a bonus. Again, high on the bat, up in the air, but he could get 4 runs for this one, and they will. Just a misfield with the boot from Susan Shrestha, and trickles into the boundary. Wasn't a one straight out of the middle from Ludwig, but he'll take it. He's just got a boundary and he's filthy with himself there. Ludwig smashing his glove into his thigh pad. Yeah, he didn't quite time it perfectly, but take the boundary. That's how much of a competitor he is this time. That's what he's been trying. 3rd time's the charm. The first one went straight up in the air and dropped on the turf pitch area. Second one dribbled over the ropes. This one's sailing over the top of Ford Square for 6. And back-to-back 6s from Ludwig. That one's gone up and over the top of the Standard Chartered tents. Did that go up onto the top tier? Might have to run up and have a look. I'll be back. They got the ball back before I could return and hit a 4 before I could get back on microphone. This is a massive over for Standard Chartered. It's 22 off it so far with the ball left. Ludwig's moved to 24 off 8. Strike rate of 300. And again, that's going to go for a maximum up and over the top of the infield. I'm not sure if it stayed inside the ground or not, but it's got a massive over. 28 runs coming from the 19th Standard Chartered. Moved to 181 for 8. They've got that 180 plus score that I thought they should get to. And it's all on the bat of the man with 5 names, who we like to call Ludwig. He's moved to 30 off 9. He'll be the non-strikers end for the final over. 6 legal deliveries remain. Another over like that pushes Standard Chartered up over 200. Adhikari is going to bowl the death over. He was very tidy in his previous. 2 extras and 2 runs off the bat. And Vampsy on strike. They'd be wanting to find a single, but he didn't want it. Go back. It's a wide. They're happy to take the extra. There it is, the single, just spooning out onto the leg side. So that will give Ludwig 5 deliveries to see where he can push the Standard Chartered score up to. And this time he's going through extra cover. It's going to be 3 bounces into the training nets for 4. That's his 6th boundary, and he's only faced 10 deliveries. Strike rate of 340 now, 34 off 10, 3/4, 3 maximums, 4 balls remaining. The pace off that one cleverly. Adhikari. Rudvik had played through the ball before it had arrived. Valuable dot, but still 187 on the board already. Still 3 deliveries left. And that's up in the air. It's not going to carry the ropes. It's going to fall short of the long on and long off fielders. Suman Shah picks up with a flick throw. It's going to be close. That's out. That is a brilliant piece of fielding from Suman Shah. Direct hit with the right hand picking up from long off. And that's the end of Sarath Vamsi run out. They'd got one more run on the books, but it does leave Rudvik on strike. It does keep Rudvik on strike and goes up in the air. Century getting underneath it, got one hand to it, but it was over his head. That's gone all the way for 6 as Standard Chartered move into the 190s. They're not going to get to 200. Well, no. That's okay. They can get to 200 here. Can Rudvik find a maximum off the final delivery? Slower ball. Hit away. It's not going to be 6. It's going to be 4, though, as they move to 198 after 20. What a massive innings. Rudvik Law, 45 off 14. So we're in the innings break here. Standard Chartered Bank, 198 for 9. Join us in around 10 minutes' time when the Nepal Rhinos will need 199 for victory. Welcome back to Kowloon Cricket Club. Aaron Bush with you for the KCC Morning League Grade 2 match. Nepal Rhinos up against the Standard Chartered Bank. Nepal Rhinos winning the toss, sending Standard Chartered into bat, and bat they did. Massive big innings at the end from Rudvik, getting the score up to 198. Going out to bat for the Nepal Rhinos It's going to be the keeper, Ashish Singh, on strike, with Adhikari at the non-striker's end. And, of course, opening the bowling, as expected, is Rudvik. I hope he's not too tired after that massive innings he just put on. .45 not out off 14 deliveries for Nalor. Now he's got ball in hand. That's a big score required by the Nepal Rhinos, 199. We saw big scores in yesterday's Grade 2 match. Will we see the same today? Fast but down leg to start with from Rudvik. So first runs in the books for the Hong Kong Nepalese Cricket Association. Having a look through at their previous games. The Rhinos scored a 183 against the Chingy Smashers. They batted first in that one, so they've got the batting power. A 170 all out against Green Ink. And that's wide at the other side this time. Still yet to have a legal delivery. They were bowled out for 138, chasing 166 back in October against HSBC Life. And 105 in their first game in 20 overs against the Sky Warriors Incredibles. So their scores are getting bigger each time they go out to bat. At this rate, they might do it in extras. Said Rudvik might be a little tired, smashing 45 off 14. He's just a little wayward to start with. Oh, he almost generates a wicket with the first legal delivery. It goes over the top of Point's head and then backspins on its way down towards the boundary cafe. Pick up the first boundary. That was awfully close to holing out at Point. A little bit of chance taken by Thackeray as he went aerial. Take the risk, got the reward on that one. It's a good line. They're going to chance it on the arm and, yes, get through safely. Bit of pressure on the fielders and causes the fumble. And this could be another boundary, this time for Milan Adhikari as he goes backward of Point. Short boundary again, and runs are plenty to start with for the Rhinos in the big run chase. Onto the thigh pad, going onto the leg side. Take a leg by. Still 2 deliveries left of the first. Shish back on strike, swinging hard. They've put the protection at deep Point. And it's got through that player as well. So another boundary. Big top edge this time. Third inside the circle with the backward Point out. And they're going to get another boundary. What an over this has been for the Nepal Rhinos. 4 fours, 3 wides, a leg by and a single, meaning 21 coming from the first, as they need another 178 at 9.37. Niraj Rastogi to bowl over number 2. Opened the batting and now opening the bowling. Wow. We say opening the bowling, but the bowls from one end, so there's really only one opening bowler, but he's going to bowl over number 2. And chopped up in the air over the top of extra cover, but only just clearing the circle and pushing on the arm for 2. More aerial work, this time from Adhikari. And the weather around the ground at times looks very, very dark, so we'll be keeping an eye on the DLS as well. Need to get through 5 overs to get a game in here. Sent back. We saw a couple of bad run-outs in the first innings from Standard Chartered. Nepal Rhinos won't be wanting any of that in this innings, needing such a big score. More going down the leg side, some more extras in the books. And going fine leg outside the circle. So the leg by will only be 1. Nice and pacey to start with from both Rutvig and Rastogi. Bat on this one, not going to get cut off. Backward of square on the 45. It races away down. Nice camera angle, that one. That's our new camera on the scoreboard, the new scoreboard area. Shooting across down to the backward square region. There it is, picked up on the 45. Another boundary. 5 fours in just 10 legal deliveries so far for the Nepal Rhinos. Pivoted on very nicely from Singh. He's got 4 of the 5. Back live. Nice forward drive, but straight to extra cover. Staying on track with that run rate required, keeping it under the 10. They needed what is almost 10, 199 in the 20. Big thick edge, running backward of point. Down to the cover fielder, backward of point at the Boundary Cafe. So just a single. 9 runs coming from the second. Nepal Rhinos 30 for the loss of no wicket. Comparison time, the Standard Chartered Bank were 19 off the first 2. DLS at the moment, 15. Though our scoreboard says 23. Either way, they're in front. Ludwig just to bowl 1 over after going for 21 in his first, as Archan Shah will bowl over number 3 for the Standard Chartered Bank. Keeping that backward point on the boundary and pushing a backward square out outside the circle as well. Archan Shah, one of the batters that looked really good until a mix-up. Is it Archan that had the slip over? Might have been. He's got ball in hand now. Singh on strike. Cuts away hard. They should be able to cut this one off with that backward point, and will. but it's a no ball. Overstep no ball from Arch and Shah. There's plenty of extras to start with here from Standard Chartered Bank. So free hit coming up for Adhikari now. He gets onto it. It just pops up in the air and Woodvick will take the catch, but they'll get through for a single. And well too wide. Lucky not to be a no ball as it is dragged down by the right arm of Archon. Popped up through square leg. The only person that could take that catch was umpire Imran Arif as deep square comes in to pick up. Keeps it to 1. Couple of mishits here and there for the Rhinos. They're swinging hard, though, trying to take full advantage of the power play, stay ahead of the DLS. And they are doing so far. Scooped out, and the catch is taken. A very nice catch at extra cover, and that's the end of Adhikari. He's out for 7. The Rhinos lose their first on 35. That was Rastogi with the catch, and nicely taken. It was hit hard. Take your catches, you win the matches, and so far, first blood to Standard Chartered. Gagan Limbu heading out at number 3, and that, of course, will change the DLS par. Looking up the scoreboard now says 29, so we've got to get 5 overs in. We're only halfway to getting a legal match in. No signs of rain at the moment. Have a look at the weather app from Hong Kong Observatory, see what they're saying. There's just sort of scattered, spotty bits of rain here and there. Nothing too built up, at least. Was very wide as well. Guggen came for a little bit of a dance down the pitch. Little short steps forward, but then way too wide for him to get bat on ball. Again, pulls this one on the leg side. He's going to get a 4 out of it as he beats the mid-wicket inside the circle. Nobody in the deep able to cut that one off. Only fielder down there. Here's the Nepal Rhinos dugout. Another boundary. I think that's the 6th 4 so far inside 3 overs for the Rhinos. And it's just wide again. Merchant pleads his case. It was close. Shaping away in and around that tramline area. This is going to be a 10 ball over at a minimum. Oh, what a Yorker length that was. Just dug out by Gagat. Take through for a single. Eventful over. No dots so far. And the big hitting. Ashish Singh on strike on 20. He comes a long way down, gets a big thick edge over the top of the slips, and he'll pick up a boundary to finish off the over. Another big one for the Rhinos with 16 runs coming from it. Halfway through the power play, they're already 46 for 1. Niraj Rastogi to be the first bowler today to bowl 2 overs. None for 8 off his first. There was 9 off it, but there was a leg by in there as well. Hit back, just wide of the left hand of Rastogi, and it's racing. Work to do for the captain. Actually, Rudvik will get there first instead. Both of them running from mid-on, mid-off. Squared up there, Gagan Limbu. Skied up in the air. I've lost it, so are the fielders. There's no deep square in place anymore. Fine leg instead. So mid-wicket has to do the fielding. That brings the 50 up with that 2. Quick rate. That's a slower one. Toe of the back. Chance for Rudvik. He's put that one down. A pair of hands you'd expect to be taking catches like that. Moving to his right. It was low. It was hard. Didn't hold on to that one. And Gagan Limbu gets alive on 9. And get down for a single. Singh back on strike. And he pulls that one through square leg. It will go for 4 with no deep square in place. Singh will bring up his 6th 4 of the innings. Pivoted on it. Didn't get it fully out of the middle, but didn't matter. Adjustments being made now. There's a square leg and a deep square leg. No one in mid-wicket. Oh, looks to go the little flick scoop. And it's gone onto the stumps, and that's the end of Ashish Singh. He's out for 28 as the Nepal Rhinos lose their second. Rastogi strikes. 55 for 2 after 4. To go the scoop and takes the top of his middle stump. We didn't need to be that inventive inside 4 overs, but he departs. Century comes out to the crease at number 4. He'll be at the non-striker's end. Archan Shah will continue. And over went for 9 runs until Singh basically gave his wicket away. So now Gagan Limbu, the number 3, and Century, the number 4, need to form a new partnership. It was a 21 partnership between Thackeray and Gagan. But all resets. So we've still got 2 overs left of the power play. Still 1 more over left to make this a legal game. Doesn't look like any chance of rain right now, so we should get through this final over. Gagan tries to go hard. The forward square in the perfect position. making sure it's a dot. Oh, no problems on that one. They going through cow corner, smashes it into the training nets area over there where the children's playground is. Rudvik has to go collect that one. Beautifully played by Gagan. He's moving to 14 off 8 now with his second 4. Shorter length from Archant and picked up sort of on the line of the tram lines outside off, swatted away. Back live, and you can watch that one on the side angle as Myra is not paying attention. I'll get through for a single. There we go. Welcome back, Myra. Scooped beautifully through extra cover into the red tractor this time. If you know where that is, down near the scoreboard, the brand new tractor. It's been peppered of late. It's a long boundary on the extra cover side for the right-handers, but no problems for Century. Just decides to smash a 4 off his first delivery. Full toss, picked up over the top of the infield. Apparently no problems with this run rate for Nepal Rhinos. They've pushed the run rate required down under 9 when it was almost 10 to start the innings. And that's going to be 4 as well as he swats it through cover point this time. This is the way to do it for the Rhinos. Take full advantage when only 2 are outside. They've got a backward point and a deep square. So pretty much everywhere else, if you can get it out of the middle and avoid the infield, it's going to race away for 4. Eleven fours so far. And this one, bit of bottom hand. Rudvik can't get it diving. That's going to be a 4 through cow corner again. Flicked it up. They didn't have the mid-wicket in place because they wanted to cover the forward square position. So Century, he's faced 3 deliveries, has hit 3 fours and has moved to 12. And a strike rate, of course, of 400. We have a legal game now. 5 overs are done. Nepal Rhinos 72 for 2. In comparison, Standard Chartered Bank were 51 for 2. So the Rhinos 21 runs ahead at the moment. 1 over left of the power play, and then be a very happy Standard Chartered Bank as they can put a few more players out in the deep. All that technical issues we had trying out the new system this morning. I never ran through the playing sides today. Can start with the Nepal Rhinos, who won the toss and elected to bowl. The 2 openers we've already seen. Ashish Singh, who was the wicket keeper this morning, and Milan Adhikari. Gagan Limbu and Century out there in the middle. Suman Shah. Malaka, the captain. Bikash Shrestha. Sujit Limbu, Tien Gurung, YB Gurung, and Susan Shrestha round out the playing 11 for the Nepal Rhinos. And, well, we saw all 11 players bat for Standard Chartered, but we'll run through them again. Rastogi bowling a 3rd over here. And got a dot. The openers were Prakash Bahadur and Rastogi, who's bowling right now. The captain, Rishi Shrivastava. The vice-captain, Mohan Ramasamy. Vaidya, as a Sultan, Archand Shah, Anshuman Kaka, Rudvik, Vamsi, and Ketan Mehta rounding out the playing 11. It's tidy to finish off the power play here from Rastogi so far. Right on cue, commentator's curse, and we pick up another boundary. Twenty-three-run partnership with just 10 deliveries. Guggen Limbu's got 20 off 11 at a strike rate of 182. Century 13 off 5 at 260. Run rate required, you can see on screen, down to 8.44. Be imperative for Standard Chartered to find a wicket or two before the halfway mark. Put some pressure. Big top edge. This could be it. Up in the air. The catch is taken right on cue. Guggen Limbu departs. Deep third taking the catch. He's out for 20 as the Rhinos lose their third on 78. Rastogi has two. Sarat Vansi with a very nicely judged catch down there in front of the members having breakfast at the Boundary Cafe here at Kowloon Cricket Club. He jogs on in. Gets high fives all around. That's important for Standard Chartered. They needed that wicket as the Rhinos continued to pile the runs on. Suman Shah, I believe, I'll get confirmation, but I think it's Suman out there in the middle with century now. Niraj Rastogi has got two now in his 3 overs. He's got 1 ball left to round out the power play. Rhinos are still staying well ahead of DLS at the moment. They'll dot out that over. A good one. 6 runs and a wicket coming from the 6th. The power play is done. The Rhinos 78 for 3, needing another 121 at 8.64. DLS is 65. And it's cut away as Kethan Mehta comes into the attack for the first time today. Keeps it to a dot. Up in the air. Protection in the deep. Can't cut it off. I think it's 1 bounce before it is. Umpire Imran Arif signals towards our broadcast area, and you could just see Myra, if you're paying attention, turn the little lampy on to signal from our somewhat broadcast area in the swimming pool pavilion. You see the cameras out this way. Live, it's going to come back our way again, but there's a chance of a catch. It's going to go all the way this time. Watch for the lamp to light up as it goes for 6. Goes 4, goes 6. That's amused Myra no end. She's going to turn the lamp on again. There we go. On, off, on, off. We have a little signal lamp who we've named, not very imaginatively, Lampy. Lampy's doing a good job letting the umpires know that we've received the score. Back live. Chopped up in the air, and it's going to get through the third inside the circle and spinning away. Won't make it all the way there. That was close to holing out. And get back for 2 on a very short boundary. That's very good running. Continuing to pile the runs on the Rhinos, even though they've lost a few wickets. Still 2 balls left to the 7th and pushing up towards the 3-figure mark. Myra, do you feel like it's getting darker? Well, we both feel like it's getting quite dark out there in the middle. Worried about mist or rain coming. But we've got a legal game. Keep an eye on the DLS. That one's pushed out into the deep. Rudvik comes around from cow corner, picks it up just about in front of the sight screen. A single to finish off with. Sentry will retain strike. He moves to 26 off just 11. After 7, the Rhinos 91 for 3. Comparison, Standard Chartered 66 for 4. DLS was 72 after 7. Have a look at the worm. Yes, thank you, Myra. And you can see well ahead on the worm. But not only has it got darker, it's also got a lot cooler. Feels like could be some moisture in the air. Continuing on. No Rhinos, no troubles on DLS. 19 runs ahead after the 7th over. They can see up on the screen after the 8th over. DLS at the moment, unless another wicket falls, is 78, so they could dot out this over. This should be Rostogi bowling out here. Chip and run. Nest, no. Run out chance. Dive back. The throw a little bit wide. Oh, we saw the nervy run outs in the first innings, and that was in the middle orders as well. They don't want to be doing that, the Rhinos. Last outside off. A swat from Sentry. Misses it all. They've got the deep cover point. Rudvik at cow corner. A deep mid-wicket. I think there's a deep square as well. It's just 4 outside. Is there a 5th somewhere? Don't know, but that one's going to the cover point. I'll get through for 1. Rostogi, he's bowled well. He's got 3 deliveries left of his spell, 2 for 24. It's pretty amazing econ rate considering Rhinos are going at over 12. Another one, that's too wide. No, he stays inside, says umpire Imran. And 2 balls left, the 8th. Said that they could dot out this over and still be ahead on DLS. They don't want to do that, but it's been pretty much that. Just 2 singles so far. Oh, a bit of bottom hand. Doesn't carry to mid-wicket. Goes wide, and Rudvik has to come in off the ropes. So end of the over. Just the 3 runs coming from Rostogi's final over. He's bowled out 4 overs, 2 for 26 at an econ of 6.5 when the Nepal Rhinos are going at 11.75. So after 8, the Rhinos are 94 for 3. DLS past 78. I'll give you a DLS update every over and it won't rain and we'll do the full 20 overs. It's usually what happens. Back in the crease. Tries to chop a gap between point and fly gully. Cannot. Meta going for 13 in his first. Starts with a dot. He's going to get a second one. Not far away from the top of that off stump either. Slowed down here, Sentry. Strike rate under 200 now. Still got 28 off 17. Roughly a third of the Rhinos' score. Again, trying to guide it. They'll get a run on the misfield. And this is tidy from Ketan. Just slow everything down. Get Standard Chartered back into the game here. Sulman Shah's happy to take some balls to see what's going on. He's faced 5 deliveries for just a single so far. This time we'll find a single out to deep mid-wicket. End of the ninth, only 2 runs coming from it. The Rhinos 96 for 3. DLS was 86, so they're 10 runs ahead of DLS at the moment. And they'll be ahead if they don't lose another wicket at the halfway mark as well. DLS after 10 is 93. Sarath Vamsi sometimes opens the bowling for Standard Chartered. He's going to bowl his first over, number 10. He's going to start with a wide. Seen some big runs scored in grade 2 in the last 2 days of competition. Yesterday's game, of course, the Sunlawn Titans putting on 212. HSBC Life chasing put on 186. So that's 394 runs yesterday. We're not far away from 300 runs scored today. As the Rhinos trying to push up to the 3-figure mark. Keeper appealing for caught behind. Just a fresh airy from Suman. Cut away out to deep point for 1. It's all slowed down a lot. 8th over went for 3. The 9th over went for 2. This one's just gone for 2 so far. 3 balls left. Vampsy's first. Oh, that was awfully close as it cut back in towards that off stump. Overplayed from Century. Feel like a wicket's brewing here for Standard Chartered. And they can get one. They're back in this game. Top order's always been strong for Nepal Rhinos, but they have a tendency to fade away. That one will be wide. Oh, got plenty on that, but there's a fielder out there. Oh, Rastogi decided not to attack, waited on it, took it in the shin in the end, saved 3. Perhaps could have actually got to that one, maybe didn't pick it up quickly. Wasn't far away from holding out, but that single brings up the 100 inside 10, just inside 10 for the Rhinos, so they stay on track. That was such a good Yorker. It's didn't castle the stumps. What it's done is castled Suman Shah, who still managed to get bat on it somehow and got 4 runs out of it. Well, that was interesting. And the Yorker slipping as he tried to chop down on it. Watch on the replay. You won't see a 4 like that too often. And it's in the books as a 4. And that means over 300 runs have already been scored today. Nepal Rhinos at the halfway mark have got past the halfway runs required. They need 95 in the final 10 at 9.5. Well, we're in the halfway break. Myra, guess what happened yesterday when we were doing broadcast? I brought up my 5,000th over of cricket I've commentated this season. I'm up to five. What am I up to now? About almost 5,050. That's a lot of cricket. We only start in September. We're still not finished. We've still got 2 months to go after March. And I took 2 weeks off. Oh, a chance of a stumping. It scrambles back in time. Just a little bit back from the stumps there, Vardia. So he had to throw the ball in. Gets that one out of the screws, though. Up and over the top of Rootvig's head for 6 through cow corner onto the turf training area here at Kowloon Cricket Club. First maximum for a while. Starting to get the runs back on after it went quiet. Overs 7, 8, and 9, very tidy. 8 runs off the 10th, and now 7 off this one. 3 balls remaining in the 11th. 88, lucky 88 required from here for the Nepal Rhinos. 7 wickets in hand. Suman Shah had a few dot balls and then it was close. I think both umpire Akash Yadav and Suman Shah signalling it was a bit high. That said, every batter thinks it's a bit high. More importantly, umpire Yadav agreed for the LBW appeal. Again, with that shuffle the feet out of the way. Didn't slip over this time from Suman. After going for a maximum, tidy from Mehta. Big top edge, could be a catch. Getting around from backward point. Takes the catch, and that's the end of Suman Shah. He departs for 13 as the Nepal Rhinos lose their 4th on 111. Saurav Vamsi, I think, with another catch. Well, this is really starting to get worrisome for the Rhinos. Looking good to Standard Chartered. 2 wickets in the final over from Ketan Mehta. He's got a 3 for now. Bikash heads out to the crease. They've got a run out here as well, have they? No. Umpire Imran Arif's finger stays down. Oh, it's all exciting, all going on. 3 runs, 2 wickets off the final over from Ketan Mehta. He's bowled out 4 overs, 3 for 25 after 13. The Nepal Rhinos 127 for 6. Rudvik back into the attack, looking to clean up the Nepal Rhinos after losing. Sputtering. They're still ahead on runs in comparison. The Standard Chartered Bank were 122.5 for 5 at this point. Rhinos 128 for 6. Well behind on DLS now, but it's not raining. But only 4 wickets in hand. That's the problem. The big hitters all back in the sheds. Scooped up through, well, just straight really. Picked up by the captain for Standard Chartered, Rishi Shrivastava. He'll be happy with how this game's turned for Standard Chartered. It was looking dangerous there for a while, but they're really in control now. Be up to the 2 out in the middle to try to guide Nepal home. But good bowling from Rudvik this time. He was expensive in his first, but he only went for 2 in his second. And after 14, the Nepal Rhinos 129 for 6. Looks like Prakash Bahadur to bowl over number 15. Yet to bowl today, but he's going to roll the arm over. He's sitting out at deep mid-wicket. Now Rastogie's been sent out there. Standard Chartered get the win. There's going to be a raffle on who gets player of the match. We're having a discussion off air. You got Rudvik's 45 off 14, putting the score up to 198. And you got Rastogie's 3 for and a 29 opening the batting. He's taken a catch as well. Ketan Mehta with a 3 for. Don't like when they make it hard for us to make a decision. My God, that's a nice clear-cut winner. Of course, the teams prefer that it's a raffle. It means they've done a good team effort And both sides pretty much have done that today. No massive scores by one batter. No. I got a forfeit. Suman Shah, of course. He might be in the losing side today, the way this is headed. The runs required pushed up over 2 a ball now. A slip over in the field. Decides not to chance it. He's hurt his ankle too. Is that Archin Shah, perhaps? I'm not sure who it is at square leg. Very proppy, though. Needs to hobble back inside the circle or it'll be a no ball. Push to cover. Shy from Keithan. A little bit wide, so they'll get through for another single, but only singles at the moment off the bowling of Bahadur. .66 off 31. It's getting tough now for the Nepal Rhinos. Start to work out the calculations and where the two teams will end up on the table. And the over, 5 singles only coming from the 15th. 5 remain, 65 required. Nepal Rhinos 134 for 6. 4 overs remaining, 61 required. Very tidy and tight from Standard Chartered here, closing out the game and looking to go up onto 6 points, keep themselves in a chance of getting promoted next season. Again, just back from the stumps a bit from Vadia, so back in the crease just in time. But it is another dot. Another swing and a miss. Oh, that's gone over the top of middle and leg. There's a query here. I'm not sure what the query is. Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it's just a dot ball. Skied up in the air, could be taken. And I think that's a third catch, is it, for Vamsi again? And Gurung departs. He's out for 4. The 7th wicket falls on 138. Nice pair of hands and that backward point gully region as Vamsi gets another catch and Bahadur gets his first. There's 3 more wickets or 3.5 overs remaining for the Nepal Rhinos. Who's going out to bat now? Sujit Limbu going out at number 9. First one straying down. That's been missed by everybody. He's going to go for 4. A little bit of bat on that one from Sujit. He gets his first runs. Kicks it off leg stump. Beats the fine leg. Back live. Chops it straight to Vamsi. Busy man. Has a shy at the stumps, but Sujit back in time. 1 ball left for Prakash in his second. 5 off his first, 4 so far. Off his second, but with a wicket this over. And it will be just 4 plus the wicket to round out the 17th. The Nepal Rhinos 142 for 7, needing 57 now at 19 per over with 3 overs remaining. Rudrick continuing. That's flicked away nicely. That's 4 runs using the pace of Nalor and Malaka. That's his first boundary. Moves to double figures. They're going to get through for a bye here as well to finish off the over. Grinding it down here as the 150 comes up for the Nepal Rhinos, but they're still 49 short with 2 overs to go. 3 wickets in hand. Still not a complete lockout yet. 24.5 required. But it's been good bowling. Sarat Vamsi to bowl the penultimate over. Myra will fix that one on the screen for us. 2 overs done for 21 so far. He will bowl his final over. The penultimate. What can the Nepal Rhinos do? They're going to go down. They need to try to negate any net run rate issues. There's going to be a discussion between the umpires here. The captain of Nepal, Malaka, out there is not happy about something. Standard Chartered are going to take this time to readjust their field. And umpire Imran Arif's going to bring both captains together here as Rishi comes in as well. He's not going to be talking to the umpire. Little chat though. Don't know what I missed, but we're going to continue on now. Vamsi bowling to Sujit, who comes to forward a little bit. Still 12 legal balls left. Now just 48 runs required. .46 left off 9 as we grind down to the end of another week of morning league. It's been plenty of entertainment. Just past over 350 runs scored in this game. Had almost 400 scored yesterday. Grade 2 has been plenty entertaining. And we're back with more. We've got the boss of morning league here next to me, Afzal Haddad. Who have we got next week? Do you know yet? Yeah, you haven't told me, but it's coming up. We've got it in the schedule. Oh, I'm going to get through for a single after the stumps were broken. That's clever play, but it's all a little bit too late. We've got a big marquee game on the public holiday next Friday. HSBC up against the Sky Warriors Marvels. We're playing on a public holiday, so if you're at home, you can watch along without having to and go to work. How good's that? Myra and I have to go to work. Should we get public holiday rates after? No? No. We'll be here. There'll be 3 games again next week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 7 a.m. on the KCC Morning League YouTube channel. Overdone. 19 done, 6 legal deliveries remaining, 44 behind now for the Rhinos. They're just going to have to try to swing the bat and try to negate the loss here. They will be picking up another one, and Standard Chartered will be picking up another win. It's not going to be a big net run rate boost. Arch and Shah to bowl the death over. So Standard Chartered will go ahead of the Rhinos with their second win from 6 games. They've got 1 game left of the season. Probably not going to make the final from there. That said, they will move to 6 points, which is what the second place team is on. However, the Markhors do have 3 games in hand. HSBC Life on 6 points. They've got 2 games in hand, so unlikely the Standard Chartered is going to make the top 2. Scooped around the corner. There's some net run rate negation, as that one's gone all the way for a maximum. Backward a square. That one's not going over the ropes. That's going straight up in the air, and a catch is taken at square leg as Archan Shah gets a second wicket. At the 8th falls for the Nepal Rhinos. An easy catch for Syed Azhar Sultan coming into square leg. The captain departs. Just waiting to see who comes out to bat. YB Gurung. Going to be a single. Two balls left. Finish off this game. And it's going to be a dot. Swinging hard. No purchase on that one. On big edge as that flies away for 4 runs and finishes off the game. The Nepal Rhinos finish on 167 and Standard Chartered Bank get their second win, winning by 32 here at Kowloon Cricket Club in the KCC Morning League. Grade 2. I'm going to run through the batting and bowling cards, Myra, before we wrap up our Friday TJAF broadcast. There is the batting for the Rhinos. Top score of 39 for Century and double figures for Thackeray and Limbu. And also the captain, Malika, with an 18. Sujit with a cameo 11 at the end, but in the end, just too many runs put on by Standard Chartered. Have a look at the bowling card for Standard Chartered Bank. Rudvik with no wickets today, and none for 29. Standout was Ketan Mehta with a 3 for 25. Rastogi just with a 2. I kept saying he got 3 wickets. 2 for 26. Archin with a 2 for 44. And a 1 for 9 for Prakash Bahadur, rounding it out. Player of the match today, it's going to be the man with 5 names, Venkata Sai Rudvik Reddy Nellore, with that 45 of 14 deliveries. Pretty much, had he not got that, Nepal Rhinos would have got enough runs to win this one, but they go down by 32 because Standard Chartered put on that big 198 for 9 in the first 20 overs. Rhinos falling 32 runs short. So that's it from the broadcast here at Kowloon Cricket Club Morning League. We'll be back Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. On behalf of Myra Baluch in broadcast, Aaron Bush signing off.